What's up, family? Yeah, I was wondering who else out there got this letter from the ACLU, the American Civil Liberties Union. This letter didn't come to me. Actually, it came to my mother, and I was taking my mother her mail, and she looked at the front of the envelope and got this little smirk on her face and handed it to me and said, "I want you to fill this out." So I took it. I look at the front of the envelope. It says, "You've been selected to represent Kentucky by sharing your opinions on white supremacy, extremism, systemic racism, and more." And has please respond by October 30th. And I was like, "Nah, mama, you don't want me to fill this out. This got your name on it, and you're the one that's supposed to respond to this. You know, you don't want me to fill this out because I'm gonna be on some old."
I say motherfuck America, motherfuck America's mother, motherfuck America's daddy, America can eat a dick, America can lick the balls.
So I'm like, nah. But she said, "That's why I want you to fill it out. This is your expertise. This is what I want you to fill it out." I'm like, well, but anyway, I opened up the envelope, and all it is a questionnaire. It's a multiple choice questionnaire. It's got about 3 questions on here related to black people. Let me see. Here it goes. First question: There's no more urgent issue in America today than ending systemic racism, inequality, and racism that pervade American society. You strongly agree, somewhat agree, somewhat disagree, strongly disagree. Let's see. White supremacists and other violence-prone extremists are a serious and immediate threat to our democracy. Strongly agree, somewhat disagree, strongly disagree. Let me see. Deep racial injustices that pervade not only our criminal justice system, but many areas of American society. Very concerned, somewhat concerned, not very concerned, not concerned at all. And then it goes on to like how you feel about the immigration laws and the immigrants being separated from their families, abortions, things of that nature. And then on the back, it has a membership acceptance and also different, looking for money for different donations for them to fight systemic racism, inequality, blah, 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 blah. Look, I'm getting tired of this kind of shit. Like, y'all looking for money to fight systemic racism, racial inequality. They gave, like, people were sending like $90 million to Black Lives Matter to fight racial injustice and police brutality. And these people over here are taking donations so they can fight for reparations. And these people were like, here's what I'm going to need a favor. I'm going to need y'all to do something for me. I'm going to need y'all to be a little bit more specific of what y'all mean by fight. When y'all use the word fight and say we need this money to fight racial injustice or police brutality, what can you be more specific with what you mean by the word fight? Because I'm not seeing nothing getting fought. I'm seeing shit getting talked about, and I'm seeing money transactions and shit. And like whatever happened to, I know at the beginning like in this election, before previous to the election, the new administration and everything, that suddenly became a #1 topic when in front of billions, in front of the whole world, there's a video of a nigga with a knee in his neck dying and crying for his mama. All of a sudden, oh, what are they doing to the black people in America, and Black Lives Matter and systemic racism and Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, they came up on the forefront talking about fighting systemic racism and defunding the police. That was bullshit from the jump. How the hell somebody, they've been police their whole career, how the fuck they gonna defund the police? But after that was over with, where is this putting systemic racism and inequality and all this shit on the forefront? They Kamala Harris, they told her she's gonna be this over racial issues and systemic racism. Where's she at? She was all in front in the beginning. Joe Biden, I'm going to get a black vice president, and it's going to be a black woman. Yeah, you need them black woman votes or whatever. But not only is it going to be a black woman, it's going to be the first black, Jamaican, Asian, West Indian, Native American vice president. He gonna cover all the minority women with one woman. But where's she at now? As soon as he got in, and all that systemic racism and putting her in the front and all that kind of shit, ain't nobody heard word of her since. Where's she at? As soon as she got in, Joe Biden was like, all right, bitch, get to the back of the bus where you belong. I don't want to hear a word of you. I don't give a fuck if this motherfucker's on fire. You better not make a motherfucking sound when you come out. You better crawl out quietly. You better not make no statements to the press. She just gone. And where's all the talk of, where's the fight for? I ain't heard nothing about no. All I hearing is vaccine mandates, Afghanistan, and all that kind of shit. But some years ago when I started really getting into this social media activism, I let social media make me think that black people all over was really coming together to fight, was really waking up and all this stuff or whatever. And over time, I realized that I'd fallen into illusion. It was time to just do what I do and get out of this social media activism and just do what I do. Because once I get off of social media, when I'm on social media, I'm thinking we in a revolution. I'm thinking that we got movements and people coming together everywhere. I mean, and there's people coming together doing some things or whatever. But once I get off social media, once the devices is turned off, and once the computer screens is turned off, I get out here and realize ain't nothing cracking. Ain't no movements going on. Ain't no black people coming together. Ain't nobody trying to come together and build. Ain't nobody trying to come together, build, and protect ourselves, protect what we build for our future generations. Ain't no real movements to fight racial equality. Ain't no real movements to fight for reparations and all this stuff or whatever. When they get on that, I'm like, okay, well, what do you mean? We're going to demand reparation. Okay, like what's the demand? Demands come with or else. You give us something or we're going to do something. If whoever don't promise us reparation, we're not going to vote for them. This system and this society don't want you to vote anyway. They do everything they can every election to suppress your vote, and you think suppressing your own vote is going to make this government give us $17, $18, $20 trillion in reparations? Nah. I mean, I don't know where in history where this punk ass form of fighting got us anywhere. I mean, for real, in the history of the world, when I see like South Africa or just anywhere where the people are trying to fight against an oppressive government, I ain't see we're not going to vote, or we're going to protest, or we're going to talk shit. No, I seen like rocks and sticks and Molotov cocktails and all that type shit. I mean, for real. I mean, like, y'all talking some old, give me $90 million. I'll fight racial injustice. Yeah. I'll fuck around, take $60 million just for weapons of mass destruction, and put like $10 million to put some money in the pocket of my Black National Guard, and then keep like $20 million for myself to make some business investments to keep it rolling, and business and travel expenses and shit. Y'all talking about a black militia, the Grandmaster J and the NFAC wouldn't have shit on me. I wouldn't just be showing up talking shit. But yeah, that's why somebody like me, just like I told my mama, I don't need to be answering this questionnaire. Why I don't need the $90 million. They be done killed me and my circle within Government can't even kill me and my circle within 6 months if I had 90 million to fight this stuff. But yeah, for real, like when y'all sending out this shit looking for money, talking about you're fighting racial injustice, you're fighting systemic racism, you're fighting police brutality, all that stuff. Like at the bottom, why don't you just give a little slight explanation of what you're going to do with this money to fight, and what are you going to actually do to fight, and what actually makes it a fight. That's all I want to know. But for real, everybody, you know, I tell y'all to keep y'all money and use y'all money to build among yourselves, among your circle, among your family. Quit trying to be in competition with each other. Quit trying to be flashing and showing off for each other, trying to outdo each other and say, look how much better than you I'm doing, and come together and build something and protect it, and do not let anybody from the outside tear it down. And keep building so your kids can eat off of it, so your grandkids can eat off of it, and then keep going. That's how you fight systemic racism. That's how you fight everything, because this shit ain't nothing. None of this stuff. But that's all. Peace.